Hello, everyone. So, today I want to talk about another borderline personality disorder symptom: chaotic, unstable relationships. So, people with BPD have these weird attachment issues where we hyper attach to a few select individuals, but feel very detached from most everyone else. This detachment isn't a lack of empathy. Most of us with BPD have a great depth of empathy, but we typically experienced a major heartbreak at an early age before we even started having romantic relationships. And we subconsciously built a very thick, strong wall around our empathetic heart to protect us from being hurt. We blocked ourselves off from connecting and feeling. This is why we might have a hard time crying at funerals, even if we were very close to the person. We're not great at staying in good communication with family and friends. Our circle is very small, and there is a part of us that is ready to cut even those people off at any moment if it becomes necessary. But at the same time, we have this super sensitive big heart screaming to love and be loved. So when we find someone who gets through that wall, we attach so intensely in a typically codependent way. They can become our obsession or addiction. Being so sensitive, it's common for people with BPD to attract narcissistic partners or even provoke narcissistic behavior from our partners with our masochistic tendencies. Then, when it goes too far, we switch to defensive mode and become somewhat narcissistic ourselves. We tend to swing back and forth between "you're everything to me" and "you're nothing to me." And we have a really hard time finding that middle ground of a healthy relationship. Our emotional outbursts can be really intense, and they are usually only seen by those we are closest with because of that wall we built. And we sometimes even deliberately self-sabotage relationships because our fear of abandonment tells us they're going to leave us anyway, so we might as well get it over with. So these relationships can be very, very toxic and hard to navigate. I know you've heard it 1,000 times. Now you're going to hear it one more time, so hopefully it sticks in. Until you have a good relationship with yourself, you're not going to have a good relationship with anyone else. You have to work on yourself first. Don't use your BPD as an excuse to be toxic. If you haven't already, go watch my other videos and actively work on being the observer of your thoughts and feelings. Process your trauma. Develop healthy habits for taking care of yourself. Because the first rule in any relationship is that you are responsible for yourself. You are. Your actions and reactions are all on you. The person you're trying to build a healthy relationship with is not the person that traumatized you. If it is, you need to fully process and forgive and ensure it won't happen again, which means you probably don't need to be in that close of a relationship with them anymore. Putting blame or projecting your fears and insecurities on people in your life is toxic. We need to learn to take full accountability for ourselves when we talk to our partner. Instead of accusing, blaming, and projecting, we need to say things like, When you do that, it makes me feel this way. This is a healthy communication. And if they are the right one for you, they will be receptive to that communication. The second rule of a healthy relationship is clear, honest communication. You should be able to tell your partner everything. How you feel, what you need from them. If you're afraid of telling them something because of how they might react, you need to get over that. Your feelings are valid and your voice needs to be heard in your relationship, as does your partner's. You have to be able to listen and respect their needs. Now, if you're doing things you really shouldn't be, like cheating, you really got to check yourself. I know the attachment issues with BPD can be confusing. Some of us developed the idea that sex is all we're good for, or it's the only way we have a meaningful relationship or connection. We can be very much in love with our partner and still find ourselves being drawn to other people. If that happens, there is a reason for it. I believe every person we meet is for a reason, either to clear karma or to learn something. This person likely represents a trauma bond that your subconscious wants you to heal. And fun fact, you don't have to sleep with them in order to do that. Just meditate on it. Ask your heart or your higher mind, why am I so attracted to this person? Maybe you're just supposed to be friends and help each other out in some way. Maybe you just need to have a specific conversation with them. Or maybe they're a reminder of something you used to love that you need to incorporate back into your life. Dig deep and meditate, and when you figure it out, the attraction will fade. If you can't do that, and you really feel the need to sleep with whoever you're attracted to, then you need to be honest that you're not ready to commit to just one person. A lot of people have polyamorous relationships these days. If that's your thing, go for it, but be honest and open about it. If you can't be honest with your partner, you have no business being in a relationship with them. Now, the third rule of a healthy relationship is trust. If you really honestly can't trust your partner, you shouldn't be with them. That being said, love is not controlling or manipulative, and toxic ain't cute. If you're constantly looking through their phone and questioning their every move, trying to catch them slipping, that's being toxic. You have to trust them. Trust in your heart that if they do cheat or betray your trust, you will become aware of it. But don't go looking for or expecting it unless you have a very real reason to. Jealousy is poison to any relationship. You have to let your partner have friends, have conversations, let them be themselves and trust them. They might have issues of their own that they need to work on, but if you are honest with them about how those issues affect you, they should be willing to work on them. And that takes time. But if you watch them honestly, you can tell pretty quick if they are actually trying or not. Give credit when credit is due. But if they're not trying to grow and your relationship is toxic, you need to get out of that relationship. I know it's the hardest thing in the world because you feel love for them, but you need to love yourself more. You will never be able to heal and grow to your best, happiest self if you're in a toxic relationship. It will only make you more toxic and make your BPD worse. It's hard, but it's so worth it. Many of the best lessons I've learned happened from being all alone with nothing and no one. Learning to be okay alone is what opens you up to all possibilities in life and allows you to create healthy boundaries and opens you up to healthy, loving relationships. There's just one more thing I'd like to add to this video. Remember, the first rule of healthy relationships is that you are responsible for yourself. This includes your sexual issues. If you have masochistic or sadistic kinks, that is because of unhealed trauma. Sorry, not sorry. It is. You can use your partner to heal this trauma by experiencing your fantasies in a safe space, as long as there is clear communication and consent. But you need to really meditate on why you are this way and talk about it to heal. You and your partner always deserve to be treated with love and respect. A lot of people don't understand this, but your sexual energy is the most powerful aspect of your being. It literally has the power to create life, but not just physical babies. It is your divine creative life force, your spiritual essence. The thoughts and feelings that you have during sex will manifest faster and stronger than any other thoughts. So if they're really masochistic, it will lead to life treating you like shit. Pay attention to your thoughts during sex and try to make it as pleasurable as possible for both of you. When you have BPD, you've spent a lot of time in fight or flight mode to the point where it's become practically your comfort zone. To experience real love, we have to learn to get out of that. Real love shouldn't hurt. That's all I got for now. I hope this helps. And until next time, be good to yourselves.